congratulations on another fabulous series.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Ricky, I really, really wanted to do this junket for one reason, and that was to say just thank you. Thank you for creating this series. You've given us another surprising and exquisite series. It's a beautiful way to wrap it up. I was a blubbering mess watching this. How were you when you were writing it?
Yeah, you want to feel it. You want to think things that if you're feeling it, then the audience will. You never try and fake it. You never want to go, well, I'm not bothered with this, but they might cry. You've got someone's got to catch you, and you can't help what you think. So to a certain extent, my ideas aren't my own. They come to me, or they're memories, or they're based on something. So you get the best of the real world, because they're things that even if it haven't happened to you, they've happened to someone. You're aware of it, and when it's something about grief, it either works or it doesn't. You either make them cry and it's worked, or it hasn't. So you do the writing and then you do the acting, and I can cry, but I can only do it once because then I feel better. But you can't fake it. You can't really, or otherwise it'll look fake. You've got to really feel it. And then you edit it, and I watch it about 70 times, but there's still bits that get me. There's still bits that get me because it feels real, and everyone's done such a great job. There's one bit that when Lisa reads the poem in the hospital, and it's still, I've seen it, as I say, 70 times, but it still catches me because it's such a great performance, and it's such a great poem, and it's so from the heart and believable that it just you crumble. Tom,
what was it like for you being a part of this whole experience?
I mean, it's been such a joy to be part of, and it's also just so lovely to be part of a show that grows like this, and where the characters kind of get deeper, and you really feel like with every series that you come to understand everything more. I mean, as you'd probably imagine, it's a real emotional roller coaster making this show, because you're going between scenes that are really funny and where we're having a lot of fun on set doing it, to scenes that are really emotional and really sad, and sometimes you're sort of having to throw yourself between those two extremes quite quickly. But it's been just a real pleasure, and I feel like I feel quite sad that we're not doing a full series, to be honest.
Me too.
Yeah, no, that's true. You do feel it, and people watching at the monitor, if they're crying, you've got it right. You've got it right. But that's the thing about fiction, isn't it? That we create sort of heroes and villains as role play for the soul. You go through those things when you're watching it. It's not real, but you're really crying, and you're
yes, I was
really laughing. It happened. Your brain doesn't know the difference. It makes you feel all those things for real. So I mean, you've just got to get it right. I think that's the thing. I think, and they're not easily fooled. You can't even get it half right, because if people don't half cry or half laugh, you've got to get it right. So they do it. They laugh and they cry.
Tom, I feel like every season, you're right, every season it got deeper and deeper, and there were new themes going through this season. For me, I think the one that I took away was it wasn't just about Tony's grief. This one showed you that everyone is grieving about something, whether it be a person, a life not lived, something. What did you take from this season?
I mean, I completely agree. I think what you get from this season in particular is an understanding of the kind of the community of people, and really getting to understand their lives, and characters who might initially you feel like they're just quite funny, they're quite ridiculous. You sort of, the more you learn about them, you see they're hurting, they're human, they're going through micro moments of joy and trauma and all the time, and I sort of think that there's something that's really lovely and generous about that as a show, that it kind of broadens its perspective as it goes on. I think for my character, the thing that I thought was so lovely about this series was Matt and Tony talking about Matt's grief and about Matt having lost his sister, and that conversation that Matt's sort of been putting off for the last two series because he doesn't really want to face up to it. He'd rather try and deal with Tony than deal with himself.
Yeah, and that was nice for my character to thank him, because again, I sort of knew that he'd lost his sister, and I knew he was taking a back seat for me, and I got all the attention and all the sympathy. So it was nice that when he was well enough, he could go, and I know what you've done, thanks. That was a really nice moment for me.
Ricky, there's a piece of advice that Lisa leaves Tony, and she says, be happy, be kind, be Tony. I think the first two are quite easy. There's something that you can practice and you get to it. But the being Tony bit, when the world is telling you to be something else or to have you doubt yourself, how do you be Ricky in this world?
Well, I don't know. I think the important thing there was it might seem odd because the audience has seen all the terrible things he said and done, but she hasn't. She only knows him as this lovely, funny, nice, stable, partner, and so her advice is be that Tony. She doesn't know what he's gone through. She can suspect it and sees it. So what's lovely about that is that he's the best person in the world for her. So her advice is be that person I know.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I am. I guess I'm just like everyone else, I know that happiness and kindness are the most important things, and you sometimes have to fight with them, or you're lucky. I know that I'm lucky in a way that I'm happy. I'm not burdened with depression or so I think that this show has made me much more grateful as well, to explore grief. As I say, it's also taught me that everyone's grieving, and so you should just give people the benefit of the doubt a little bit more. You don't know why they're upset or angry or why they were rude. They might have a much worse life than you'd imagine. So I think that, and there's no revelation. Everyone knows how to live, really. Everyone knows you should be kind and loving and honest, but sometimes it's hard. And the other thing is, you can't help your emotions. You can't help being sad. You can't help feeling anger or so I think just be honest. I think be honest. If I think you can't go wrong there. Just be honest, and I think people appreciate that as well.
I just finished speaking to a couple of your co-stars, and they're talking about a Christmas special. Tom, if Ricky was to call you and go, are you in for a Christmas special? Would you be up for that? Because we know there's not going to be a season 4.
But I've already said that it doesn't. I've already told him now. I mean, I think we should definitely do Tony as Santa.
Oh, what, the fat one?
No,
is that the fat one? Because
that's not the main thing about him.
No,
it's not why he's famous. I mean, he is quite overweight, yeah, but
yeah. Listen, I know it's crazy to end it now. I know there's no good reason to end it. It's the top of its game. Everyone loves it. The money goes up. I love working with these people, but you've got to. I just don't think I could end it better than I have. And you've got to move on to. I haven't got long left. I've got to do some other ideas before I die. I'm fat like Santa. I haven't got a long.
He's been going for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, do you know what? Thank you for making that tough decision, because I think the rest of us probably would ask for more and more until it runs out of steam. This way, you guys have given us a beautiful series that I think everyone should watch. Afterlife Season 3 is available on Netflix at the end of the week, and I'll tell you, I'll be binging it again and again. So, Tom and Ricky, thank you so much for this and for your time.
Cheers.